Hello.
Please come in. Good
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Guys, remember yesterday's interview? We are going to do that again. Uh, I think there was homework. Did I give you homework in the practice book? There was no homework in the practice. Okay. So homework for tomorrow is in the group now.
Good afternoon.
Hello, Diana. Good afternoon. Am I clearly
Good
audible,
afternoon, sir.
everybody? Good afternoon. Am I clearly audible? You can hear me very
Yes, sir.
clearly? Okay.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Anshubita. An interview with an astronaut. The audio script is in your group, guys. Ten point six. Eight. Sorry. Please come in. Good afternoon, guys.
Exit 10.8 and with an astronaut.
And I'm a JAXA astronaut.
What is JAXA?
JAXA is the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency.
What did you study at university?
Well, I studied engineering, of course. Aeronautical engineering.
Where did you study? Which university?
I studied at the University of Tokyo, and I graduated in 1991.
Where did you study? It's a question about past time. आपने कहाँ पढ़ाई की थी? Where did you study? And if we say where do you study, then we are saying आप कहाँ पढ़ते हैं? Present. Do and did.
Which part of Japan are you from?
I'm from Yokohama, Kanagawa, which is part of Tokyo.
Which part of Japan are you from? People can ask you the same question. Which part of India are you from? Which part of India are you from?
Are you married?
Yes,
Are you married? Yes. And I
I have
children.
3 children.
What do you like doing when you're on Earth?
This is a good sentence. What do you like doing? What do you like doing when you are on Earth? When you are on Earth. What do you like doing when you are on Earth? What do you like doing when you are at home? Free, when you are free at home. What do you like doing when you are free at school? By the way, what do you like doing when you're on Earth?
Well, I guess my hobbies are jogging and basketball.
I guess my hobbies are jogging and basketball.
And I like skiing and camping with my kids.
And I like skiing and camping with my kids.
What are you doing on the space station at the moment?
What are you doing on the space station at the moment? What do you like? What are you doing on the space station? Present continuous. What are you doing on the space station at the moment? And listen to this response from him.
I'm doing quite a few spacewalks.
I'm doing quite a few spacewalks. Remember, quite a few? Yesterday we discussed that. A few means a small number. I have a few friends, but I have quite a few friends. It means big number of friends, a lot of friends. So a few, small, but quite a few, a lot. Okay, quite a few problems. I have quite a few problems. Okay, it means a lot of problems. Okay, I'm doing quite a few spacewalks.
I'm going out into space and I'm checking the instruments on the outside of the space station.
I'm going out into space. I'm going out into space and I'm checking the instruments on the outside of the space station. And I'm checking the instruments on the outside of the space station to make sure they're working properly.
To make sure they're working properly.
I'm checking the instruments on the outside of the space station to make sure that they are working properly. He goes outside and he checks the instruments. Yeah, they're working fine. Yeah, they're working fine. If they're not working fine, he fixes them. He repairs them. All right.
You're part of the Russian crew. What does this mean?
You're part of the Russian crew. What does this mean? You're part of the Russian crew. What does this mean?
It means that my commander is Oleg Kotov.
Okay, it means that my commander is a Russian man. I'm the Russian crew means my commander is a Russian astronaut. My commander is Oleg Kotov from Roscosmos. Roscosmos is the Russian space agency.
From Roscosmos, and I'm working in his team.
I'm working in his team. Now you understand what it means? He's in the Russian crew, he's part of the Russian crew. He is working in a team which is led by a Russian astronaut. The head of the team is a Russian guy, and that's why he's in the Russian crew. Crew is a group. Film crew means a group of people who are making a film. Okay, film crew. All right.
We're studying weather conditions in space.
We are studying weather conditions in space. I would like to talk about the word crew a little more. Crew. Let's go to the dictionary and check the word crew. A group of people who work together, especially all those who work on and operate a ship, aircraft, etc. So those people who work in an aeroplane, they are also called the crew members. It means those people who work together on an aeroplane, on a ship, for a film, they're called a crew, okay? So he's part of the Russian crew. I hope you understand the word crew better now. Crew means a group of people who work together, usually on a ship, on a plane, all right, on a spacecraft. They work together, make a movie as well, okay? It's called the film crew, all right. Crew members means all those people who are working together, crew members. So he's part of the Russian crew means he is in the Russian team. There is a group of people and the head is a Russian man, a Russian astronaut. His name is Oleg Kotov. He's from Roscosmos. And that's why he's in the Russian crew. He's part of the Russian crew, although he's from Japan.
And we're doing experiments with plants.
Okay, they are doing experiments with plants. They're doing experiments with plants to see how they grow in zero gravity. They want to see how plants grow in zero gravity. Okay, so let me ask this question. How do plants grow in zero gravity? YouTube videos?
Here at the National Space Centre, we're branching out to plants, of course. Did you know that maize seeds, or corn as it's more commonly known, was the first biological material in space? In 1946, budding scientists wanted to observe the effects of radiation on biological material. That's 15 years before man first ventured up there. So why bother carrying out such experiments in space? The research carried out on the International Space Station provides us with some unique conditions that we cannot simulate on Earth. Such as zero gravity. We know that plants respond to gravity and light. Roots grow down away from light and shoots grow up towards it. But in space, in zero gravity conditions, do the roots still grow down? How do they know which way is up? Using centrifugal force to increase the gravitational pull on plants, we can see that the plants respond and grow in directions responding to the increased force. However, back in space, the groundbreaking studies have found that in zero gravity conditions, roots still grow down away from the light and the shoots grow up, suggesting that light is the dominant driver of plant growth direction, not gravity. Another reason for carrying out such experiments.
So when we grow plants on Earth, we notice two things. Roots of plants always grow downwards, and the other parts grow upwards. So a lot of people think maybe it is the gravity that pulls the roots down. But when they grew plants in a space in zero gravity, they noticed that these roots grow down and the leaves grow towards light. And these roots try to grow in the dark. It means for plants, gravity is not important. Light is more important. And plants sense light and they grow in the direction of light. And roots grow in the opposite direction from light. Roots don't want to be in the light. That's what they noticed in space. The experiment proved that plants can grow in a space in zero gravity, but again, plants will grow in the direction of light and the roots will grow in the opposite direction. Roots go away from the light. Roots don't want to be in light. Interesting. I didn't know this.
Experiments on the International Space Station is not only to develop our understanding of the development and growth of plants in space, but also to help us assess the likelihood of being able to grow plants in space and further enhance our space exploration travel. Right, that's enough about space. Time to bring things back down to Earth. Plant research in space has already significantly influenced our lives here on Earth. In 1989, the NASA Clean Air study taught us that plants have the ability to clean the air of toxins and chemicals that are detrimental to our health. Now, a lot of people realise that houseplants are good for you for health and aesthetic reasons, but very few know that the actual knowledge stems from research carried out by NASA in space. Plant-space research has influenced our own lives here on Earth.
A lot of people, you notice, grow plants inside their house. I also have a few plants on the window, you can see, right? A lot of people have plants inside their house. Why? Because we know that keeping plants inside the house is good for our health. It cleans the air in the room, okay? It sucks the toxins in the air and it makes the air cleaner, better for our health. But how do we know this? That this is how it works? Because NASA did some research in space, because of which today it is common knowledge that we should grow plants inside the house. Earlier, people grew plants outside. They did not have plants inside the house. Now, a lot of people keep a plant in their bedroom, in their living room, because it is good for them. However, we should not have plants where we sleep, because at night, plants also release carbon dioxide. So it's not a good idea to have a plant where you are sleeping, because at night, plants do not suck carbon dioxide. They suck oxygen and they release carbon dioxide at night. So very interesting. And the language used here is very simple and easy to understand, isn't it, guys? So I'm going to play it on the big screen for you. No? Okay, never mind. We'll do that a bit later. But this is really cool. How do plants grow in zero gravity? Okay, in this video. So guys, this is a 3-minute video. Please watch it. I'm slowing down the speed of it, okay? I'm slowing down the speed a little bit for you so that you can understand the audio.
And who knows, one day, here at the National Space Centre, we're branching out to plants, of course. Did you know that maize seeds, or corn as it's more commonly known, was the first biological material in space?
The first biological material in space was corn. They took corn. That was the first biological material, okay, in space.
In 1946, budding scientists wanted to observe the effects of radiation.
In 1946, long time ago, budding scientists means new scientists, okay? Budding scientists, those who wanted to become scientists. Budding, matlab, budding actor means beta, budding actor, somebody who is, bud is not a flower. Bud is not a flower yet. Before you get the flower is a round shape thing. We call it kali in Hindi. Kali is the state before the flower becomes flower. So that kali, that is bud, okay? So budding means abhi jo bana nahi hai phool, yani pura bana nahi hai. So budding scientist means those who want to become scientists, okay? Those are new scientists. Budding actress means they have not become full grown actress, okay? They are trying to be actresses, okay? Budding. In 1946, budding scientists wanted to observe the effects of radiation on biological material. They wanted to study what? They wanted to study or observe the effects of radiation, how radiation affects biological material.
Of biological material. That's 15 years before man first ventured up there.
So 1946, they sent corn there. Before man went into space, they sent corn because they wanted to observe or study the effect of radiation in space. They wanted to be safe, that okay, it is safe to send man into space. So they did not send man directly. First thing, they sent corn, they sent a dog. They sent a dog into space, and then they sent man into space. Okay, man's life has more value than corn, than a dog's life maybe. Okay, that's why.
So why bother carrying out such experiments in space?
Why do they need to do these things in space?
The research carried out on the International Space Station provides us with some unique conditions that we cannot simulate on Earth.
Because in space, the conditions are so different from the conditions on Earth, right? We don't get those conditions on Earth. So they want to see how things work in space. This is a model. This is model of ISS. International Space Station looks like this, but it is just a model, a small piece, okay?
Such as zero gravity. We know that plants respond to gravity and light.
We know that plants respond to gravity and light. How do plants respond to light? They grow towards light, and the roots grow away from light.
Roots grow down away from light, and shoots grow up towards it.
Shoot means the leaves and the twigs, they're called shoots, okay?
But in space, in zero gravity conditions, do the roots still grow down? How do they know which way is up?
How do they know which way is up? How do plants know in space? There is no gravity. How do they know which way is up?
Using centrifugal force to increase the gravitational pull on plants, we can see that the plants respond and grow in directions responding to the increased force.
You see, inside they have some seeds, okay? And they're moving the ball. Have you heard of centrifugal force? No. Okay, I'm giving you a science lesson quickly. Think you are sitting on a wheel, round wheel. You're sitting on it, and somebody moves the wheel quickly, fast. Then a time will come that it will be flown out. You will not be able to sit on the wheel. you will be thrown out automatically. Even if you are sitting in the center, somehow, after some time, you will be thrown out. Because when there is a round movement, circular movement, there is a force outwards. That's called centrifugal force. So what they did, they put some seeds in this thing and they started spinning it. So when they started spinning it, there was a force outwards. बाहर की तरफ force हुआ, okay? Centrifugal, centripetal, I'm getting a little confused. So somehow the shoots are growing outwards. Shoots are growing outwards. You can see the shoots here. Roots did not come out, shoots came out of these. Yes. Roots could have come out as well, but no, roots did not come out. What came out? The shoots. Roots stay inside.
However, back in space,
Their mind works in a very different way, very logical way. They created a certain situation. See, inside was the seed, and the seed grew inside. The root was inside, the shoot was inside, but eventually the shoot came out and the root stayed in.
the groundbreaking studies have found
Groundbreaking studies means very studies which give very new results. Groundbreaking studies, it means those studies which give you new results. Groundbreaking.
that in zero gravity conditions, roots still grow down away from the light and the shoots grow up.
Yes, they have found out that even in space, roots grow down away from the light and shoots grow up towards light.
Suggesting that light is the dominant driver of plant growth direction, not gravity.
So, which is the bigger factor for the direction of growth? Not gravity. Gravity is not the bigger force. The bigger force is light. If you have light in this direction, the growth will be in this direction. If the light is in this direction, the growth will be in this direction. Growth of a plant is in the direction of light.
Another reason for carrying out such experiments on the International Space Station is not only to develop our understanding of the development and growth of plants in space, but also to help us assess the likelihood of being able to grow plants in space and further enhance our space exploration travel.
It was really necessary for them to do this, to grow plants in space, because they were planning to live in space for a long time. So if you live in space for a long time, you would need oxygen. And who can generate oxygen for you? Plants can generate oxygen. See, this is how plants are growing in space. Wheat. गेहूं गा लिया.
Right, that's enough about space. Time to bring things back down to Earth. Plant research in space has already significantly influenced our lives here on Earth. In 1989, the NASA Clean Air Study taught us that plants have the ability to clean the air of toxins and chemicals that are detrimental to our.
Detrimental means dangerous. It disturbs, it makes our health bad. Detrimental. It damages your health. Something is detrimental, it damages your health. Okay. So they learned in that their experiments in space that plants are good for your health. They can clean the air of toxins and chemicals.
Our health. Now, a lot of people realise that houseplants are good for you for health and aesthetic reasons, but very few know that the actual knowledge stems from research carried out by NASA in space. Plant-based research has influenced our own lives here on Earth, and who knows, one day may benefit those furthering space exploration efforts and colonization of new planets.
That was a very cool video, guys. That was a very cool video. I liked it very much. Now, let's practice the conversation, people. I'm creating breakout room. Oh, no, I can't because I haven't finished yet.
To see how they grow in zero gravity.
What do you do when you aren't working?
What do you do when you aren't working? क्या करते हैं आप जब आप काम नहीं कर रहे होते? What do you do when you aren't
Well,
working?
I spend a lot of time just looking down at you on Earth.
Well, I spend a lot of time just looking down at you on Earth. I spend a lot of time, बहुत सारा समय बिताते हैं just looking down at you, आप लोग को देखते हुए. I spend a lot of time just looking down at you. अगर बोलना है हम बहुत सारा समय बिताते हैं टीवी देखते हुए तो I spend a lot of time. आगे बोलना नहीं नीचे अच्छा नीचे तुम्हारे पास है देखा बेटा I spend a lot of time just looking down at you. Repeat. I spend a lot of time looking down at you. ठीक है अब मैं बोल रहा हूं मैं बहुत सारा समय बिताता हूँ टीवी देखते हुए. I spend a lot of time. अच्छा टू मैंने बोला था अभी थोड़ी देर पहले मैंने कहा था I spend a lot of time looking down at you. I spend a lot of time looking down. क्या करते हुए देखते हुए तो देखते हुए तो looking बोला तो टीवी देखते हुए तो हमें बोलना चाहिए watching TV. Looking से look तो नहीं बोला looking बोला looks भी नहीं बोला तो आपको क्या बोलना चाहिए I spend a lot of time watching TV. ठीक है मेरा भाई बहुत सारा समय बिताता है सोते हुए. My brother spends a lot of time
Sometimes get sleeping.
sleeping. है ना जैसे यहाँ looking है वैसे sleeping. और बोल रहे हैं रुखसार बोलिए मेरे हस्बैंड बहुत सारा समय बिताते हैं काम करते हुए.
My
He
husband
spends
a lot
a lot
of
of
my
time
husband
working.
times work
work बोलेंगे.
working.
हम ना मोबाइल गेम खेलते हुए अपना ज्यादातर समय बिताते हैं. I spend most of my time. I spend most of my time. आगे क्या बोलेंगे? Playing games, right? Very good. तो आप बताओ how do you spend most of your free time? How do you spend most of your free time? I spend most of my free time. आगे बोलिए. Sleeping. Okay. You spend most of your time sleeping. Not very productive. Other people, tell me, how do you spend most of your free time? Yeah, Rishabh, Akhilesh, Diana, Ruksar, Anshu, please everybody answer. How do you spend most of your free time? Arpit, Saurav?
I spend a lot of time using phone.
Ah, okay. I understand. Other people?
I spend a lot of time with husband when my husband is free.
फिर से बोलिएगा.
I spend a lot of time with husband when my husband is free.
हाँ वो तो है ठीक है. और कोई काम करते खाली समय में when your husband is not at home?
Yeah, sometimes I watching YouTube and I watching Pakistani dramas.
I watching कैसा इंग्लिश है? I watching मतलब?
I watch.
I spend a lot of time.
हाँ, I
Time.
spend a lot of my time doing this, doing that, right? ये अच्छी इंग्लिश है. I spend some of my time doing this, doing that. I spend most of my time doing this, doing that.
Okay. I spend my most free time in creating project and thinking about new project.
I spend a lot of free time. I playing cricket.
Good. Some people spend a lot of time talking to their boyfriends and girlfriends. Yeah. They have no purpose in life. They just want to get married.
And I think how
I spend a lot of time just looking down at you on earth. And I think how lucky I am to be here.
lucky I am to be here. And I wish that everyone could see this.
I think how lucky I am to be here. I think how lucky I am to be here. I think how lucky I am to be here. Okay, bolo to. I think how lucky I am to be here. I think how lucky I am to be here. मैं सोचता हूं कि मैं कितना लकी हूं. I think how lucky I am. हाँ, अब बोलो किसी लड़की को बोला कि हम कितने लकी कि हम तुम्हारे बॉयफ्रेंड हैं. कैसे बोलेंगे? I think how lucky I am to be here नहीं, to be your boyfriend. ओके रुखसार, आज अपने हस्बैंड को क्या बोलेंगे आप?
Yes, sir.
क्या बोलेंगे आप अपने हस्बैंड को आज? नहीं सीखी वो. You're hiding. You're
Hmm.
not in the photo. You're not in the photo. You're hiding behind him. And you took off your photo cap. You took off your cap. Okay, guys. रुखसार आप कैसे बोलेंगी अपने पति को आज? क्या बोलेंगी कि मैं कितनी लकी हूं कि मैं तुम्हारी पत्नी हूं? कैसे बोलेंगी ये बात?
I am so lucky.
आगे बोलना.
I uh, I am your wife.
ये भी सही है. और जो अभी सीखा है उसके तरफ से देखो. How lucky I am to be here. So how will you say this sentence in this pattern? How lucky I am to be
Your
wife.
wife.
Right? How lucky I am to be your wife. Okay. You can say this. How lucky I am to be your wife. How lucky I am to be your teacher. देखो guys, check out the group. How lucky I am. अच्छा, okay, guys, if you want to say, मुझे अपनी बेटी को बोलना ये लाइन. कितना लकी है हम.
How lucky I am to be her my husband.
फिर से बोलना बेटा.